Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast, now able to show.
Good morning, Dopey, and we are still in the garage sale beach edition of Good Morning, Dopey. My name is Dave. I'm joined by my friend Evan.
What's up, guys?
And we are on beautiful Corey Beach in Blue Point, New York. Look at the boat. Sail by, power along, and the ferry go out to Fire Island. And this is like pretty decent recovery out here.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like fucking Montego Bay out here.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it's quite Montego Bay, but it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good.
We're sitting at some, this place used to be like a concession stand, but they turned it into some fancy kind of tiki bar.
Well, funny enough, at night, you have people...
Wasted here.
Yeah, wasted. During the morning, you got recovery, so...
I liked it when they had the meeting here.
Yeah.
I used to sit on the bar.
I know, I remember.
That was my spot.
You had Big T Little Odd swinging on his swing over there.
Yeah, it was the spot. But I don't know why we stopped doing it at the bar.
I think because after a certain point, because they bring people back over here, they don't want us over here.
And the meeting got too big, I bet.
The meeting got too big, and I know, like, after a certain date, they want us to go over there as opposed to by the bar area.
Yeah, and people drinking during the meeting didn't help.
No.
So what day is today?
Today is June 23rd.
Would you like to read the daily? And good morning, Dopey. I hope you guys are well. Evan, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling good, ready, recharged,
How do you feel today versus yesterday?
Well, let's see.
I mean, you're wearing the same clothes, so you must have had a really good night.
Yeah. I was at the Corey Beach bar, actually. No,
Nice.
I'm just kidding. But I feel good, man. I feel content today, which is good.
It is good. Okay, so today is what, June 24th?
June 23rd.
Either way, June 23rd.
All right, let's do it.
What do you got?
Trusting others.
All right.
But does trust require that we be blind to other people's motives or indeed to our own? Not at all. This would be folly.
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 Straight folly.
Straight folly, dude.
That should be a new thing, is straight folly, G.
You gonna make that happen?
That shit is fucking straight folly.
What's happening in folly?
Okay.
Most certainly we should assess the capacity for harm as well as the capability for good in every person that we would trust. Such a private inventory can reveal the degree of confidence we should extend in any given situation, as Bill sees it, page 114. I'm not a victim of others, but rather a victim of my expectations, choices, and dishonesty. Straight folly or straight fire?
And keep going.
When I expect others to be what I want them to be and not who they are.
Yes.
When they fail to meet my expectations, I am hurt.
Yes.
When my choices are based on self-centeredness,
Yes.
I find that I am lonely and distrustful.
Yes.
Wow. I gain confidence in myself, however, when I practice honesty in all my affairs. When I search my motives and am honest and trusting, I am aware of the capacity for harm in situations and can avoid those that are harmful.
This is a good one.
That is a good one.
You want to
that
go?
one.
You go.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, when I first came in, or like even
And forgive me if you smell how bad I smell. Yesterday
I don't think you smell bad.
I smell bad. But yesterday we were moving.
I've lost my sense of smell, though.
Do you have COVID?
No, it's not from COVID. It's from too much cocaine.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you lose your sense of smell?
Somewhere in there, I could say, if it's a very strong odor, then I could smell it. But like,
What about food?
if it's
Can you
strong,
taste it?
I could taste it.
So you have the taste but no smell?
Yeah, or minimal smell.
Because you put too much shit up your nose.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
How crazy is that?
Well, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, all right, so where are we at here? So we're at trust, So my whole life, I think I trusted almost too much. I wasn't too distrusting.
I'm very trustful too.
Yeah, I'm very trustful.
Trusting.
And trustful's not a word.
I don't think so. I think it's trusting.
It's a word now. We
Dopey
made it a word.
Nation, if you know the difference between trustful or I call them morning dopes, actually.
Morning dopes.
So morning dopes. If you know the difference between trusting and trustful, please leave it in the comments. Write shit in the comments. It's good when you write shit in the comments. And isn't Evan an amazingly spiritual co-host for Good Morning Dopey?
But...
Listen, the spirit is within. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
All right. So
it's good to interact with the dopes.
Absolutely. You got to.
Yes.
You got to. He keeps it rolling.
Yes.
So, as I was saying, at first, I felt so trusting of other people.
Yes.
And then when you get into your addiction, it's kind of like you almost assume that you're being screwed over by everyone, so kind of that that switched over to that while I was active in addiction, but then
Why do you think you were so trusting in the first place?
I think, just coming from my upbringing, like I always was taught to trust until someone proves you otherwise. I think a lot of people are taught, like, don't trust until someone is
Prove trustable.
exactly
Trustworthy.
Exactly, but it was always instilled in me to trust until proven. But even when people would show me that I couldn't trust them, I would go back and trust them, and I think that stems from like some deep
Character defect.
of insecurity of just like wanting
Everyone to love
approval and everyone to love me. Exactly.
I can relate to that.
Exactly. So, but when you're in your active addiction, you can't trust people. It's like everyone.
Well, you can't trust yourself.
You can't trust yourself, and mainly the people you put yourself around. Though, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're out there on the streets, whether it's drug dealers or, there were multiple people who I consider my friends who I was using with, who, for example, I'll just tell myself, and this is the classic story, right? It's like, we were going to buy dope one day with one of my childhood friends. Know this kid since first grade.
Oh, God.
And he drops his bundle in the back seat.
Yes.
And I find it, put my foot on it, put it in my pocket, and I'm helping him look for it.
Diabolical. Is that a true story?
Absolutely, 100% true. And he blamed it on some other kid.
Listen, just because you told the story, you have to still tell it on your Dopey episode.
Oh, I will.
So you let him blame the other kid?
For years.
And when did you tell him?
Like, maybe 2 years later.
What'd you say?
He's like, are you kidding me? He freaked out. I was like, listen, dude, you blamed Joe for,
It wasn't really Joe, was it?
It was not Joe, and Joe was so pissed, dude. But, that was just one of the, so what I'm saying is, like, you can't, maybe you're right. You're just like, I couldn't trust myself. Like, I was the one. But, like, I'm sure other people do similar stuff, but so people are, when you're in it, you do things like that.
In my active addiction, I found that I had a good sense, like, because I grew up, like, in this thing where I had the same friends from when I was 4. So, like, I knew my friends, and I knew I could trust them. And I knew that the junkies that I became friends with at 26 weren't going to be as trustworthy as my 4 friends from elementary school. However, to be totally honest, like, there were some junkies, like there was this guy, Lee. Lee was like a 50-year-old guy. And it's funny, I never talk about this on the show. He was a 50-year-old guy. I met him copping dope in Manhattan. We would cop from this old guy called the Professor, who I've talked about a lot.
Yes.
And me and Lee, every day, would cop dope either from the Professor or for some other guys, and we would go back to my apartment and blow each other. No, I'm just kidding. We would go back to my apartment and we would shoot dope.
What?
I was just kidding. And watch TV. And Lee was like this old weird guy. Like he was just like some fucking weird. He was like a doorman or something. I don't even know.
Okay.
I hung out with him for probably 2 years every day. And then I think I went to detox. I never saw him again. I don't think I have his number. I didn't save his number, but he never did me wrong. Every junkie that I became friends with like that, and there were probably like 3 or 4, like they never did me wrong. We actually were trustworthy. Like the dealers weren't, and the dealers that I dealt with every day, trustworthy.
Wow. How'd you find these people?
I don't know. Like I just think like sometimes the dealers that I was like that I would work with, you know what I mean? They were like my they were like my beer provider for my restaurant. They didn't fuck me because I also was good. Like I had good money. Like if they fronted me, they knew they'd get their fucking money. Like, so that's just how I live. Whereas like on the street, no, you know what I mean? Somebody who I dealt with one time. But I remember like one of my favorite Dopey stories was when I went to visit my friend Todd in Venice Beach. And I brought in just a little bit of dope. We ran out really fast. And then I was like, I got to go get it. And he's like, no, you don't. And I was like, yes, I do. And I walked along the beach. I found some homeless guys who told me there was a spot at Del Taco, but I had to be there every morning at 8 in the morning. So every morning I'd go to Del Taco at 8 in the morning. And there were like these 8 guys. Like one was homeless. One was like a lawyer. One was like a muscle guy. One was like a skater. They sat there like the Breakfast Club every day in Del Taco, waiting for the dealer, chilling. Wow. And then the dealer would come and they'd all get their dope and go separate ways. But I love those. It's like AA. It's like the negative anti-AA.
Right.
And I love that shit. So like, however, like in in recovery, I think I just have a sense of who I can trust and who I can't. I just have a sense of it, and I think that. What was the daily reflection on?
I forgot the point, but that was pretty much the gist of it. Trust require that we be blind to other people's motives, or indeed our own, and like our expectations of other people, and being able to trust them might set you up for disappointment. I'm pretty sure that was that was the gist of it.
I still can be disappointed by friends, by people I trust, and I'll say, usually when that happens, it's because they relapse or because some outside force is introduced, and it's usually alcohol.
So when they relapse, so you're getting emotionally attached, which is normal, to get attached to the people in the rooms, that you see, go through all these milestones and go through all this shit together, so when someone relapses, it's like a punch to the gut, but the bottom line is like, that's the reality of it.
But it's not the relapse. The relapse just feels like betrayal. But it's like, once the relapse happens, they become untrustable.
Right.
Or untrustworthy. They start to act in active addiction as opposed in active recovery. And the greatest thing, it's weird. Like, I'm having fun doing this. I have fun working steps. I have fun going to meetings. I really like it. But I never would have expected to enjoy this kind of stuff. And all of these things make us more trustworthy. They make us more prone to do the next right thing, which is just, it's incredible, really.
Right, but you can't go off of your progress in the rooms and expect someone else to
have the same ones.
Right. And that's how you get disappointed sometimes.
Right, because you have expectations.
Right, with like a new sponsee.
My dear sponsee,
exactly,
Flaky J.
Exactly. He comes in and, he's brand new and he's not following through it. And, just because, I did certain things when I came in, I can't expect someone else to be at that point of readiness. And, but I try not to, it is what it is. When he's ready, he's ready. When I was ready, I was ready,
Right.
So dropping those expectations and just kind of going with it definitely helps.
And just to break it down, you're 27?
27,
You have 2 years?
A little over 2 years.
You just finished your nursing degree?
I did.
And how many sponsees do you have?
1, 2. I've 2 that are sober and 1 that is not sober.
All right. And one of them is this flake.
One of them is this flake.
And how's the other one?
The other one is great. He's got over a year.
Was he a former fireman, perhaps?
He was.
He's a wonderful guy.
He's amazing.
You're doing great work with him.
Thank you. He did the work. I was just there to...
All right, just relax.
To do what AA did.
Just relax. Take it easy. All right. Thank you, everybody. Evan, you did an amazing job. I think you're really killing these things. I think it's going to another level.
Tell me what you think, Dopey Nation.
Leave
you think
it in
I'm
the
killing
comments,
it?
but don't say anything that might make him upset.
That's okay. You can say that too.
We don't want anything.
That's cool too. I can take it.
No. We don't want anything that might...
Positive vibes only. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Stay strong, everybody.
Toodles for Chris.
Fucking toodles.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor. Dopey, please sir, can I have some more? Dopey.